Hi, and welcome to the Yarn Have a Geek podcast. My name is Laura. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Ravelry as Yarn Have a Geek. There is also a Ravelry group if you wish to join. And Happy New Year's to everyone. This is the first episode of the new year, and well, let's get started with this week's episode and the first one of the year, shall we? Alright, whips of the week. And the first one is something I finally got back to. Well, actually, I did a bit of work on it during the holidays, but there's more completed now on the 2017 Pennywise. I just have to finish up this leg and then do the rest, and so hopefully before the end of the month, this Pennywise will be done. I've already started the ruffle for the neck, but I won't show it now because it's just one row and it's in a different weight yarn, and I really do not want to take it out right now of the bag I have it in. Alright, so next up in whips of the week is the little Glaceon sweater dress for the Monster High Doll that it's going to be modeled on. I've currently got, this is the entire body done. I just got to transfer this to one of my long circulars, so that way I can continue using all the double points that I have, because these small double points are great for little sweaters and knits for basically Barbies, for all the doll size that are basically Barbie sized. Or Monster High or Ever After High, basically the basic fashion doll size. So, that's it. Although I wish I could have defined this little diamond a little more, because this one turned out so awesome. Alright, and next up is something I have neglected to work on, but I got to work on it last night. And it is, once again, a Jughead hat from Riverdale. And this is one of my extended versions. I basically just added a couple of stitches more. Because the pattern, some people, so sorry. But basically I do an extended version just to lengthen it for anybody that actually requests an extended version. Alright, and next up is something I only work on when I need something mindless to do, and I basically now call it my mindless knit scarf, which is just all done in garter stitch, which is just the knit stitch. But I take this, and I started this actually when I went to see Justice League with the Sean Ward Show Movie Club. So I don't really take this out that much. This is just for my mindless knitting when I need something not complicated and doesn't require me to look at to memorize a pattern. So just a simple knit scarf. So, which now has a title, the Mindless Knit Scarf. And the last one is actually a new whip for crocheting, and I've been wanting to do this project, but unfortunately I totally forget about it at the start time, and it is one of the year-long projects, and it is a temperature blanket. Now, I've only got the first 2 days done before I filmed, so after I film this, I will be adding in day 3's row. And as you can tell, we've been having a little coldness here in Canada, because both the first 2 days have been in the minus 10 around there, so minus 10 Celsius. So I'll get day 3 into day, and I will I will do updates on this on the last Wednesday of every month. And also on Facebook and Instagram, it will be updated at the very end of every month if you want to check out the progress. Alright, and actually that is it for Whips of the Week. I have no finished objects since I finished pretty much, since most of my finished objects were shown in the Christmas episode. So, let's get on to the next segment, which is non-yarny. Alright, so this is going to be talking about something that I will be adding to the channel that is not the podcast, and that's the doll repaint videos. I am actually in the middle of doing my very first big doll repaint video, which is going to be of Overwatch's Symmetra. Right now, I'm just going to give y'all a sneak peek of the head. I'm actually using a Nephra Denial for Symmetra, so basically all the factory paint is off the doll, and I cut off all the hair and rerouted all this. I just need to boil wash it. And boil wash style, but I also gotta pick up a proper comb to do it, because I only have the hairbrush for mine, which I don't really buy combs that much except for certain items I need. So, and I think all my combs have been thrown out since I last moved, so look, so I've got a good majority of segments filmed. I won't be showing all the time I did reviewing this, because this took me about 3 days with appropriate breaks for my hand to rest. But hopefully before the end of this month, I will get her done and have the video uploaded, and I will be posting it on all my social media platforms as well. And actually, that is it, and this was basically other art news. Which is what I'm going to be calling this segment. So, let's get on to the last segment for this episode, shall we? Alright, on to stash editions. It's not a yarn stash edition, it is a knitting and crochet book stash editions. The first three of which were gifted to me at Christmas time by my awesome friends, Chris and Aaron. Chris, you will know as that Joker guy on Facebook and Instagram. He does such amazing art, so I will actually link his Facebook and Instagram in the information and in the show notes, which I actually need to update all the show notes on Ravelry. So, first book is Knitting Without Needles by Anne Whale. And actually, so it's basically a lot of the thick yarn. It's mostly thick yarns that you can use with arm and finger knitting. And hopefully I will start doing some knitting without needles soon. And next up is Knitting from the North by Hillary Grant. I believe this is and it's got basically color work patterns, which I love to do. And by the looks of it, actually, this was printed out 2 years ago, and I just started seeing it now, just recently, within the past month, in the bookshops. And there are a couple patterns I want to knit in this. So But they will have to be saved for once I'm done everything in Whip Limbo that I need to finish. And next up, The Big Knits, Big Needles by Helgrid van Impellen. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So basically, it's kind of obvious, big knits, big needles. So basically super fast knits. And there are a few in here I want to knit as well, so there's always a few in every single book I want to knit. Now, this next one I bought for myself before Christmas. I just didn't show it in last week's episode, but it is Amigurumi Pets by Alison Hoffman, and this is her second book, which is what I wanted to get after finding she was making this. And I will probably, well, actually I've already started on one, but I'm keeping it off. I know I totally forgot to show parts. I only technically made 2 parts of one of the creatures in here, because unfortunately I can't continue without the appropriate size, safety eyes, and safety nose, which I will be ordering in the near future. But I'm actually going to be using one of the patterns in here to make the crystal fox known as the Vulptex from the new Star Wars movie. So look forward to seeing that once I get the safety eyes and noses. And actually, that is it for this week's episode of the Yarn Habit Geek podcast. Hopefully you all had a great new year, and I will see you all next week for another episode of the Yarn Habit Geek podcast. Till then, stay crafty, my friends.